I'm Kat from Oh Hi DIY. Welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Christmas garland here. Super simple to make, really cheap. What it consists of is some dried oranges, some cinnamon sticks, brown paper, twine and some burlap ribbon. So like I say, it's really easy to put together. It smells nice, it looks kind of rustic and Scandi, which is, you know, is the vibe that I like. So we'll get started. The first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is make dried oranges. So as you can hear behind me probably, I have put the oven on 100 degrees, that's centigrade, I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, and I've got an orange. You can buy dried oranges in kind of bags, but I like to make everything from scratch and I like to know how to do stuff. So if you want to do this from scratch, you can do. So you can see that my garland is just over probably a metre long. So depending on how long your garland is, you are probably going to need more oranges. I used 2 oranges to get this. So yeah, depending, you're going to have to work out for your length, but you probably don't need more than 4 or 5 if you're making a longer length thing. So obviously I've strung this from my pendant lights, but if you wanted to, you could do this on a fireplace, you could do it on your staircase, you'd need a lot more oranges then. You could create different kind of wreaths or whatever with them. There's lots of stuff you can do. So like I say, first things first, we get an orange, and I use, I think this is actually a bread knife, like a serrated knife, and we're just going to chop it into strips of about 1 centimetre. So what I do first is make a smaller cut just to get the edge off, see, like that. So because you can use that if you want to, but it doesn't look great because it's only small and it tends to burn. And then the rest of the orange you're just going to slice into sort of centimetre sections, as straight as you can, but if you're not that straight like me, it doesn't matter too much, until you've gone all the way along. And you've got your slices. What you need next is one of these. So this is a wire cooling rack. I got this from the pound shop. I got 2 of them. Because I did have cooling racks, obviously I have cooling racks, but they're black and I wasn't sure how they were going to get on in the oven even at a reasonably low temperature, so I kind of think the silver one is a bit of a safer bet. So all you need to do is, again, really easy, is just lie your slices of orange down on your cooling rack, and then you can put this in the oven. So they go in the oven for about 1.5 to 2 hours, but you need to make sure that you're turning them every half an hour to stop them sticking, and then you can just see if they start to catch and burn. So I'm going to put these in now, I'll turn them every half an hour, and then basically that's it, you're done. And here they are, out the oven, and you can see that they've all dried out. That one's caught a tiny bit, just gone a slightly darker, but really they've come out nice and even. So you've just got to make sure that that temperature's low, otherwise they can burn a little bit. So these have been cooling for a little while. Obviously just leave them on the wire rack until they're nice and cool, and then you can start decorating. For the cinnamon, I bought a big bag of cinnamon sticks off Amazon, so this was probably about £6 for this big bag. And all I did was get a drill and a 3mm drill bit, and then just simply drilled a hole through the middle. That is a lot easier than it sounds. So literally I held it against the worktop like that, obviously sticking out so I didn't drill into the worktop, and then just drilled the hole through. I was kind of expecting them to snap or split, but they really didn't. It was dead easy. And then all you do is kind of mount them on the string alternatively. I mean, you could probably use, if you've got a sort of a sharp pokey tool, an awl are they called, you could probably do it by hand, but like I've said in my other videos, like, the drill is an essential bit of DIY kit to have, and you can pick them up really cheaply for like 20 quid from Aldi, something like that. So if you are, you know, on the crafty side, you enjoy doing home DIYs, I'm not talking about building furniture or anything like that, but just generally a drill is a good thing to have. So yeah, pick one up or get one for Christmas. So yeah, big bag of cinnamon, and then you are good to go. What you can also do with this is put it in some sugar, and it'll infuse the sugar with a nice Christmassy cinnamony scent. You can put them in bowls and make displays out of them. So even if you do get a big bag but you're only doing a short garland, there's lots and lots of Christmas uses for them, so you're definitely going to get your money's worth. So next up, I'm going to show you how to fold your paper stars. So this is a really nice little origami tutorial. It's not too difficult. All you need is some paper and some scissors, really simple. So I'm going to show you kind of a close-up of my hands folding the stars so you can follow it step by step. To start making your star, first you need a piece of A4 paper. So what you need here is to make a square. So all my stars are made but using the template of this A4. So you just fold it like that, and then you're just going to cut off here. Like so. Okay, so now you've got a square. Now what you can do is you can use this square as your template for cutting out your actual paper. So obviously I'm going to use this brown paper here. So I will cut a square of this now, and then I will show you what to do next. So this is my square of paper. I've just tried to give it a bit of a roll to flatten it out so you can see. So it's got a bit creased, but that's fine. So my paper has two kind of sides to it. So it has a smooth side and a matte side. Now I want the matte side to be the outside of my star. So you start with your matte side down. And what you're going to do is fold your paper in half, so that you've got the line across it like you did for the A4 piece of paper. So you still need that line, and that's the first fold. And then you're going to fold it into half again, so you've got a rectangle. Now, next what you're going to do is fold this corner up to the middle, so to the end of that diagonal line. So what you're making here is a cross. So you can see now you've got a cross fold there. And then, and this is very important, with the fold of your paper at the bottom, fold the opposite corner so the point folds up and is in the centre of that cross. Make that flat, and then fold this bit back along the edge. So you've kind of got a little kite shape going on here. And then on the other side, you're going to take the other corner and then just fold this down so you've got a nice point there, and both of those edges are together. And then you're going to fold that outwards. So again, keeping a nice point on the end, fold it outwards so you've got a triangle. Then if you turn that over, so you've got a line here, and what we're going to do is just snip off the ends. Take that away, and then you can see that when you open that up, you've got a pentagon. Now what we're going to do is, with your pentagon, you're going to take each edge, match the corners to this line, these fold lines here from each of the points, and then you're just going to flatten that down. So work your way around the pentagon, doing exactly the same thing. So what this creates is that in the middle, you'll start to see in a second that you are creating another shape of a pentagon right in the middle of your existing pentagon. So this is the last one. Line the lines and the points up, and then you can see here that you've now got a pentagon fold right in the middle. The next thing to do is, and I'm going to start with the easiest side, is that you're going to take this corner line, so you're going to fold that together, and then against the lines of the pentagon that you've just made, fold this like that, and then press down here. So you can see that these two folds are the natural folds, and then you're just making a new one on the inside of here, like that. Now on your edges, some of them will fold easily, like that one. You're folding against your existing folds, but on some of your edges, and they're going to be the last ones that I do by the look of it, so just go quick to get them all done. So on this one you can see that that actually folds outwards, so you're going to have to change the direction of the fold there just to get it to work. And then again along the folds that we created earlier with that pentagon in the middle. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. Against that line, create another one there. And then finally, this is my fifth one. So again, it's against the direction of your existing fold, so slightly fiddlier, but just the same as the others. Fold that in along your two lines at the side and the bottom, and then make your new fold there. Okay, so now what you can see is that you have made these new folds all along the outside. So if you just work your way around and just fold them sort of in on themselves, and then this is the tricky bit. It took me a while to kind of get my head around this. This all moves round, so it sort of rotates in on itself to create, as she says, there you go, all rotates round and flattens down. So you're just kind of pushing it inwards. And then it creates this lovely flat star. What we're going to do now is turn it over. So as you can see now, the matte side, like I said earlier, is now the outside. So this is my star. And then what we're going to do is just take each point of this pentagon and fold to the point of the star. Fold it into the centre, like that, making a nice point with the star. So again, just work your way around and do the same thing on every side. Fold them all in to meet in the centre, like so. Keep going, and then when your last one, you can see, so you need to lift the flap of this star up and then just bring it in underneath there. So it's still meeting everything else, but you're just bringing it underneath your existing fold, and then again just make a nice point and press it down, and that is your star all done. So now you've got your dried oranges, you've got your cinnamon sticks, you've got your stars. All that's left to do is just loop them onto a piece of twine. So measure your twine for as long as you need. Make sure that if you're tying it onto anything that you've left long enough at the ends to secure it. And then you literally start putting things on. So the way that I did it was I put my star in the very centre, so I made sure I knew where the centre was and put the star there first, and then just alternated everything else onto the twine. I've not knotted on the cinnamon, so I don't know if you can see, it's kind of, the cinnamon's a bit looser, it moves around, but I'll show you a little video of how I tied the knots to keep everything in position. Now I'm just going to show you how to thread the star, because what we want is for the star to sit on the string like this rather than sort of sideways, which will happen if you kind of just thread it through. So I'm going to use this amazing tool that I have. This is called a crocodile from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's for putting eyelets and holes in things. So I'm just going to create a hole there, slightly off centre, but it'll do. You could put an eyelet in actually to secure that if you're worried about it ripping. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the string and then thread it through the hole and then bring it back, and sort of what you're doing here is creating a knot. So you need to obviously position it where you want it to go in the string. Tighten that so you've got a knot over one side, and then you're going to thread it round the back. Oops, it's a bit tricky because the twine obviously has a frayed end. Round the back, so you've got a loop there, and then just thread your string. Oops, thread the string through the loop like that, and then tighten it. So as you can see now, when that hangs up, it just hangs sideways, or sideways. when it hangs up, it just hangs forward facing, which is exactly what you want, because if it was that way, you wouldn't really see very much of it, so that's not that useful. So you're going to thread your oranges in exactly the same way, just so everything sits nice and forward facing, and then we can hang it up. After filming that last bit, I did kind of decide that the eyelets would probably be a good idea. So kind of what you do is you get your eyelet, which come with the crocodile, put it in there, and then all you are doing is putting this through, threading it over that, and then literally just give it a good squeeze. And you can see that that has now got a nice eyelet in it, which will keep it from tearing as you are kind of threading it and unthreading it if you need to. So you can see it like it's just there. So if you've got one of these, it wasn't too expensive, I don't think. I got it off Amazon, but you can get eyelets and stuff from Dunelm too, so it's kind of a good thing if you are going to want to use these year after year. And now you've got everything tied on, everything's nice and secure, you can loop it onto wherever you're putting it. So you stick it up, put it on hooks. I've tied it around the lights here so it just hangs nicely in between them. And then I finished this off. I just bought some burlap ribbon from eBay. Got it from eBay. Again, I think it was about £2, and literally just tied it in a nice bow, and that just covers the twine and just makes it look a little bit more finished off. You don't obviously have to do this step, depending on where you're putting it, you might not need to do that, but I quite liked it. So I tied the bow, and then I just made a little notch in the bottom just to make the ends a bit neater. This does pull, sort of fray really easily in your hand, so I had to do kind of a tidying up job, cutting kind of the bits off, but actually the kind of frayed effect on the edges does look quite nice. And there you have it. That's how you make a super simple and cheap Christmas garland that looks $1 million. Really nice sort of Scandi inspired design, and it smells pretty good too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more from me, I've got a Christmas decoration DIY playlist. I upload videos regularly, so please do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Christmas DIYs, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks so much for watching.